Oh, baby. Woo-hoo. What a fight. What a fight. In the heavyweight division, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa taking on Sergei Pavlovich. Two heavy hitters. So setting this up, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa, the 29-year-old out of Sydney, South Wales, Australia, 14-4 as a pro, 13 knockouts. He is coming off of a loss at the hands of Cyril Gane, where he got knocked out, which snapped a 5-fight win streak in which he finished all 5 fighters in a row. Stefan Struve, Harry Hunsucker, Greg Hardy, Augusto Sakai, and Derek Lewis. He will be standing across, though, from another very talented heavyweight and another very big heavy hitter in Sergei Pavlovich. Pavlovich, the 30-year-old out of Russia, 16-1 with 13 knockouts. His only loss, a knockout loss at the hands of Alistair Overeem back in 2018. Pavlovich riding a 4-fight win streak coming into this Saturday night. Most recently, also, a TKO victory over Derek Lewis in the first round. Whereas Tuivasa went to war with Derek Lewis and went into the fire with Derek Lewis and finished Derek Lewis in the second round. Towards the end of the second round, Pavlovich just went out there and beat up Derek Lewis in a minute. It was kind of surreal. Anyway, I should have saved that for my piece, but Omar, let me throw it over to you first. Give us your take and your pick of Pavlovich and Tuivasa.
This is a very interesting fight, man. Tai Tuivasa is a fun guy. His technique is very brawly, but he still has technique. And he's very good at what he does. He's been on a real tear. He was the first person to sit Cyril Gane on his ass in a fight. Although he lost that fight, it was well fought, I thought. Nobody really gave him a chance in hell as far as being able to stand and really hold his own with Cyril Gane, considering Cyril Gane has such good technique. But I think he did more than what people expected him to do in that fight, and I thought it was a fantastic performance on both sides. With that being said, Sergei Pavlovich is a fucking animal. That's just the reality. Sergei Pavlovich is literally a scary human being every time I see him walk into that cage. The loss against Alistair Overeem, not to make excuses, but it is something to be noted. That was a short notice fight. That was also his debut in the UFC. All of it came really fast. After that loss, that man has been ruining people left and right. I think Pavlovich deserves to be in the elite at this point. I think he's proven it. And I think this is just another one of those fights that's going to help him do just that. And I think he does beat Tai Tuivasa. I don't think he puts him out. But I think he styles on him for 3 rounds. So I go Sergei Pavlovich by UD.
Wow. By UD, interesting. Mark, go ahead.
So Sergei is favored. He's minus 220. Tai is plus
Wow.
180 as the dog. I don't love the booking. First off, I don't love the turnaround time after the damage that Tai took against Cyril Gane. He took so much damage, and this is, what is this, like 3 months? I don't know. I didn't look back.
It's September, yeah.
September
less than
3rd.
3 months? Jesus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not my favorite. I do wish that Tai had taken more time. Like, why can't we just wait for the Perth card? Like, that's coming up. Yeah, obviously, wouldn't we want Tai on that? Like, what are we? If he wins this, are you going to try to turn him around now for the Perth card? I don't. And obviously, if he gets finished here, then are you even putting him on that Perth card? Probably not. So I feel like it made way more sense to just wait and have him be on that card than shoehorning him in here. I also said on this show after his last loss that if the UFC was smart and knew what they had in Tai in terms of the marketability he has, the fan favorite that he's become, that in his next matchup, they would avoid someone like a Sergei Pavlovich. Just so we didn't see Tai get finished 2 fights in a row, potentially, and kind of kill his buzz. Instead, that's exactly who they book him against. So this whole situation is not my favorite use of Tai Tuivasa. With that said, I'm fully considering picking him. It is very hard to pick because I love Ty, both as a fan and a lover of his game. Kind of like Omar said, as much as he's a brawler, I enjoy the technique and the strategy that he brings into the brawls. And he can give it to guys of any style. But I am also someone who's always respected the skills and the danger that Sergei Pavlovich carries into the cage. I'm 0% shocked that he has reached this level. Always thought he would. Always thought he was this good. He is 1 inch taller than Ty, but he is also going to have a 9-inch reach advantage, which is absurd.
Holy hell.
I know how long Pavlovich is. I know that's like one of his calling cards, and it still catches me off guard every single time we do a preview. And I have to look up his reach. So it's a big factor. So Ty's coming off a fight where he got a little bit exposed against Cyril Gane. We kind of all thought he would because of the style matchup. But Pavlovich is not that guy. Pavlovich is a guy who throws like 20 punches a fight and generally doesn't need any more than that, and he's out of there.
Yeah.
But against Ty Tuivasa, does that happen? Like, does Ty have an off button like that for a one-shot type of finish? Like, yeah, when he accumulates damage, he can break, as we saw against Gane. But does he have that one-shot off button where Pavlovich is just going to hit him and put him down? Or is he capable of eating some of these, dialing up the pace a little bit and making Pavlovich have to go a little further and work a little harder? And then maybe things kind of swing. So I'm torn on that. I really am. And as much as I could absolutely see Pavlovich do this, because I do think he's that good and I do think the reach is a huge problem, I am a little stubborn in my love of Ty. And because I'm torn on it, as a fan of Ty, I'm going to say Ty. If I was a little less torn, I wouldn't, but I am, so I will go with him. I'll say he takes some damage, keeps coming, starts to kind of push inside, push Sergei off him a little bit, walk toward him, put a pace on him, and find something. So I will say Ty Tuivasa, round 2 TKO.
Wow. I also have scary news. I'm looking at Pavlovich's record, and it looks like every single one of his TKO or knockout victories are all round 1. All 13.
That's what happens when you get hit by a goddamn truck.
Yep.
So he only has, this is easy. It's easier to count this way. Only 3 decisions. So look for the decisions. 5.
Not even in the UFC.
When you have that kind of power and you have a 1 foot reach advantage, it's a little hard for guys to not get hit.
Wow. 13 knockouts and all 13 coming in the very first round. Holy shit.
If you look at the way the man physically fights too, the technique is impeccable. I mean, the way he throws things is absolutely fantastic. And it generates a lot of power, and it's not like the fucking guy needs any more. He could throw terribly and still knock somebody out. So he's a scary man.
He is, man. I'm gonna say, Mark, that what you said was sort of like your worst case scenario is what is going to happen. I think that Ty's going to be finished 2 fights in a row. And I will say that the only thing that gets Ty out of the first round is that chin. And I'm going to be worried for him going forward because it would be 2 knockouts within 3 months. And would hope. And I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to get ahead of myself. So I'm going to say round 2 TKO knockout for Pavlovich. He's just a fucking Russian hammer, man.
Yeah, he's scary. I'm going to fucking celebrate on this show next week if Ty pulls this off, though.
I sure hope so. I'll be rooting so hard for Tuivasa, man. I fucking love that guy.